The podcast that you're about to listen to does not care about your emotions, your hypersensitivity, or your political correctness. If you wish to continue, then
shut up and sit down.
I saw that fucking post you put up on Facebook too, by the way, John. So most of us are 3 bad months away from poverty, but never 3 good months away from being wealthy. Stop capping for the rich.
Yeah.
Like, I was mad that I actually felt that in my heart.
Because I see so many people online arguing for corporations. They have a right to do what they want. That's their business. If you want a better wage and get an education, it's like, bro, you know these motherfuckers. Like, you know Bill Gates is buying up all this farmland. You're defending this guy. You know you're going to be paying him to eat. Right? Like,
it's crazy.
Who cares about these corporations so much?
I mean, it's
embarrassing.
That shit kind of hit for me because, like, just last night, like, you know, Maribel and I were going through the budget, making sure we're on track where we are, got the house and shit, and, you know, doing those investments, like, hey, everything all right? And yeah, that made me think, like, all right, God forbid, something hits the fan or certain life events happen, like, how long you good for? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long you good for? This house needs both of our incomes. Now, years ago, I remember, like, Fabe was had the mindset that the house needed to be good with one, if I remember right.
I would prefer it to be good with one.
Oh yeah, prefer it to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now obviously different financial situations, but like, damn, like how long do you think y'all could survive? Or could you make it 3 months? Put it that way. Could you make it 3 months, 0 income?
Shit. I mean,
and by 0 income, I mean like nothing, like zero, like no assistance from nobody. Just wherever you are.
No government assistance, no nothing.
0 assistance at all.
So no savings, no investments, none of that?
No, you're the things that you've built, wherever you are, the things that you've built, but no external factors to it.
Oh, well, I got food in the refrigerator, nigga, if that's what you're asking me.
What happened? You got what?
We got food in the refrigerator, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah,
like,
but no, but I'm saying, like, can you make it 3 months? Like survive for 3 months with no
$0, with no new money? No.
With no new money coming in, correct? No new money coming in wherever you are in life right now. Could you make it the next 3 months?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Gas is a bitch.
Yeah, but I'll be tapping into a lot of shit. I'll be tapping into
and that's kind of what, like, yeah, I could, but it'd be sketchy.
Yeah,
like, it'd be sketchy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come that 3rd month, I'm gonna say,
you cutting it close.
It goes to show, though, that, like, there's no way, like, you can compare your situation, Fabe, like, with John's. This is, like, he got 6 mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Like, 6 mouths to feed for 3 months. That in itself, I hate
6 people on 6 people on an electricity bill.
Yeah.
Right. Listen. Different birthdays.
Priorities start to come up.
Well, now I'm actually
everything off except for the basement TV. You feel me?
Well, that was actually starting to get close to your situations, because now I got the 2 places I got to deal with, you know. So it's it's where I probably would lack, because the extra expense, I still got to take care of what I own on top of, you know, try to start my life over. You know,
I think unless you're earning over $100,000 and as a single person, right, then that's the only way you can probably live right now, like, depending on where you are in the country, and be kind of okay. But most people in this country require multiple streams of income, whether that's a 2-person household or somebody working multiple jobs. They have multiple streams of income. You got people that's working at Walmart that got OnlyFans, that's also doing eBay, that's also doing Uber. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, But that's what's necessary these days. I was watching, I don't mean to cut you off, but I was watching a clip of a sitcom, Good Times, from back in the 70s. And it was like there was characters were talking and they was talking about how much the rent was. And it was some like lush downtown, like Chicago apartment or some shit. The rent was $400 and the other character was like, oh, I can't afford that. And I'm like, nigga, what? Oh, you just mean like a PlayStation. Like that's it. You know what I'm saying? $400. And this is in the 70s.
I just had a conversation with somebody today who was telling me about how his daughter, who is 23 years old, has never pumped gas. She does not know how to pump gas into her vehicle.
Jeez.
That's on the parents.
I was first of all, I was flabbergasted. Like 23 years old, you ain't never pumped gas. It's because they live somewhat close to Jersey. So, you know, Jersey pumps gas for you. And then dad or her brother would always do it. This is her father telling me this stuff, right? And then he was starting to tell me, because I was talking about how I want to teach my daughter to kind of be more independent, not need somebody, but have traditional values, right? Like be capable, but still be girly at the same time. I actually sent a dope post to my fucking parents about it. It said I'm not a tomboy, but I'm not a girly girl either. Like I want my nails done, but I also want to get my Jeep muddy and set stuff on fire. Like that's what I want Arya to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want my daughter to be. And
I get it.
So anyway, that's where it had come up. And he told me that he pays for her car, pays for everything. I turned to him and said, "What does your daughter actually pay for?" He goes, "Oh, her student loans, $1,500, $1,500 a month in student loan." So what's a scam? That is literally an apartment. That is a housing payment.
And chances are it's probably for a degree, that's going to yield probably not even that for a month.
It used to be an apartment. It's not an apartment anymore. Where are you finding an apartment for $1,500?
Oh no, they're out there.
Oh, you could up here, but you're not going to find one in the city.
Well, it depends. Yeah, okay. A lot of absolutely depending where you're looking.
Yeah,
I mean
I seen a 1-bedroom in Newburgh, in the middle of Newburgh, the hood, $2,350.
Oh, you know, there's a lot of places out of their mind. My sister's been fucking looking, and she was looking in the Bronx and shit, and like $2,000, not great neighborhoods, is getting you like, it was getting you a 1-bedroom that's beat. Like what? And so much parity between them. Like she's seen $2,000, like, wow, you know, you're giving up certain things, and then $2,000, like, are these motherfuckers crazy? But that's what's happening, bro. This world is nuts, and each and every day I'm finding more and more that I don't get it, and I think everybody's kind of feeling a sense of that. I read an article, or what was it, a week ago?
Hold up. What up, y'all? It's the Alpha File Podcast.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry, I got caught up. What up, y'all? It's the Alpha File Podcast. Frank, John, and Fabian. Wow, how far? Damn. I'm sorry.
It's been one of those days.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't apologize because I forgot to. It's all on all of us. But what up, y'all?
Thank you.
No doubt.
What I have been saying.
I'm sorry.
All right. Side note, I just looked at Fabian in my fucking Zoom screen. I cannot look at this guy without thinking of homie from Ocean's 11 that helped to bankroll one of their mission shits. Like, I need to get my man a crushed velvet robe and a cigar
Oh,
if y'all listening to our podcast, Fabe has these like blue glasses on. He looks very casino. When I look at him, I feel like I'm getting pulled over, so I'm trying not to look in his direction because now my hands is gonna be like this the whole time.
That would kind of be the flamboyant version of them because they're not exactly dark. They're kind of wide rimmed and blue.
Might be a Vegas cop.
Do you know why I pulled you over?
Might be a Vegas cop. Might be a cop in San Francisco.
It would be darker, but
Babe, you'd be the kind of guy that got thrown into a women's prison.
Word. Oh, man. I think I might be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So nah, Fabe, I can see his strategy playing the long game. Right? Tell the audience the story. Tell the audience because we got sidetracked. Tell the audience the story.
About a week ago, I read an article. Long story short, it was about a transgender male. So, guy felt like he's a woman.
No, that'd be a transgender woman. Not a transgender male is female to male. I'm just trying to. I don't want nobody.
No, listen, I don't understand it completely, so I appreciate the clarification. So that was thrown into. What happened?
Nigga, you said that.
No, I'm trying to be respectful of pronouns. All right. This person was.
Nigga said that.
This person
this is a that
was thrown into a female jail while locked up, got 2 of the inmates pregnant.
Consensually, I believe. That's important.
I mean, yes. I there was nothing in the article that pointed to otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And this shit blew my fucking mind. Because this is where like the nuance of a lot of these situations are confusing to me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say you think and operate as a woman, but when it comes to the biological situations, you can act as a man.
Bro, that's gonna sound real assholish, right? That's my thing. It's my card. But men win again. We finessed the women again. We've made it so all these women rights, right? And we was like, damn, how the fuck we gonna get out of women's rights? Like, how the fuck are we gonna do this? I heard this from a comedian, but I'm like paraphrasing it. It's like, well, we just become one of them, right? We're dudes, and we still just get to, you know what I mean, do the other thing. So it's like
very Joanna man.
Yeah, we win again. There's no way, because now, all right, if you're mad at the patriarchy, if you're a female, you're mad at men for doing this and like having all this control. If you're a man and you see your power slipping, well, I'm just gonna change the rules. I'm a woman now. You know what I'm saying? And men strike again. Checkmate, motherfucker. And now they got so many women down with the shit that, and the original, like, it's usually white men are usually the ones that get these laws passed and make things normal, because they're the ones that want to usually be, I'm gonna be free and stuff like that. It's ma'am, you know, you've seen the video. So, right? But it's used, that's how they advance so far.
Would it be say with your breasts then instead of say with your chest?
Say white men win again, man. White men win again. Like, they finessed it to, oh, y'all think the women's all right, y'all want equal pay? Imagine if you're a transgender woman, you're going into a new job, like you're about to get triple the pay, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to discriminate me. You'll probably feel as an employer more like, I have to pay this person, or I have to do X, Y, and Z extra for this person, because if I don't, it's going to look like, oh, I hate women, even though that's, feel me?
Yeah.
It's a finesse, man.
I guess. So what are you supposed to respect the game? Is that the right?
Oh, I'm not saying respect
approach?
the game. I'm just saying it's like, I mean, they just keep doing it. Like that, those again, dude, I like that. I hate to say it, but again, it's like they fought for right. White men have always been in control of this country, and now it's even more because this is what is happening now. Not to say that all trans people are white men going to female, but like a lot of them are. You know what I'm saying? And those are the loudest. Those are the ones that fight the most, which is all cool. But I don't think it's fair.
I don't
because you take that.
I don't understand why has life gotten so complicated? Like this is just this should not be a thing to me.
All right.
Like
I might have said this before. I'm sorry I'm on a rant today, but I'm on like an hour of sleep in the past like 48 hours. So just let me rock out. Like we've been told from the 90s, everybody can do it. We're all special. It's like, it's all you need to do is persevere and you can win the championship too. We all have been told the same fucking lie, right? Correct. So now you create a whole generation of people that think that they're special, that want to be standing out from the crowd, that want to be unique, that want to be this. And everybody, that's why the internet is the worst thing, because everybody got a platform now, even us, right?
Hey.
It takes nothing. This is what happens when you have that participation trophy. I want everybody to be seen generation where we experienced in the 90s growing up, not really thinking of it. This is where we're at now.
But I think
it's actually a little bit, I think as a nation, we're spoiled. As a people, we're privileged as a whole, right? Doesn't matter what race, what gender, whatever it is. Because of that, we actually have problems, or almost in a way invent new issues, because the basic issues and I guess just survival that other countries and other people have to deal with around the world are not relative in this country, right? People are worried about their job, if they can get a job, if they can feed their kids. They're worried about people washing their clothes in rivers. People are worried about starvation. And we're over here getting mad and want to kill ourselves because my mom and dad took my iPod away. We're worried about our identity as a person and stuff like that. Not even
an exaggeration either. I'm sorry, I didn't.
I just think we got spoiled as a nation. So like you said before, PJ, about the girl who never had to pump her gas, right? We've gotten so privileged as a people that the basic needs to survive are just non-existent because we've eliminated that as a whole. Like, even if you are impoverished, you could find a way to survive in this country with whether social services or whatever it is, even a shelter. There's people in other countries don't even have a homeless shelter. You living on the street, you're living in the woods, you living in huts, you're trying to figure out a way to survive. I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't happen here, but our poor all the way up to the upper class are very privileged compared to the rest of the world.
Our poor would be rich in other countries.
Yeah. So you can only imagine our middle class compared to the rest of the world. And I just think that when we breed a culture and a peoples to be so well off, they tend to, it's natural. I don't have to worry about that anymore. And when you do that enough,
what's next? Let me explore.
So what's the next thing? I don't
have these worries. About?
Yeah,
right. I don't have to worry about clean water. I don't have to worry about clean food. I don't have to worry about this. Well,
so my problems are I'm offended. I'm this. I'm offended.
I feel like a girl today. And now I'm mad.
You don't like that? I feel that way. Then we're gonna have an issue now, because I don't have an issue with anything else that really, really are important. So I'm gonna invent some new issues right now because that bothers me and I feel offended. Now I'm gonna wave my flag against this.
Yeah, but you can have a problem though, and that's the thing. You can have a problem. But that doesn't mean I have to give a shit. Why does society give so much shits about all these things that shouldn't? I don't want to say don't matter, because everybody's feelings, I guess, but there's no win here though. And like, take this situation that we just talked about, right? Dude in a female's prison, locked up, gets two other inmates pregnant. Where's the win there?
Well, the win is if Nike comes out and says, we still believe in that this woman should go to this prison. Now I'm gonna get mad donations from this LGBTQ foundation. I'm gonna get this commercial. I'm gonna get this representation. Nobody's on there. I'm being praised by everybody. Remember 2 summers ago, if you put a little fucking black square on your profile, now you love black people. Remember that? It's the same fucking thing.
Oh, and right afterwards, what wasn't there like a Korean one or something like that? Like even in video games,
it was the Asian one because of COVID, right? Because
after the Asian, it was Asian Lives Matter, because that was even in some games that we play and shit.
What John's talking about is
Apex.
What John's talking about is a very good point. There's actually, most people don't know this or care not to know about this, but there's special interest groups in every walk, whether it's left or right, and there's big money behind all of it. So he's absolutely right with that. And so whether it's the environmentalists, just like the NRA's on the right, you got environmentalists, you got the LGBTQ, very powerful organizations that have their interests, and they're pushing, Peter, you name it. So they're not the only ones. So best believe
it's about the dollars. And my biggest donors are the ones. My biggest donors are going to be the ones that I'm listening to. Point in case, the reason why the NFL started getting their shit together, right, and the NBA never wanted no smoke with Black Lives Matter is because of them NBA players, right? And they had it's all about the money. So if the NBA players are down with Black Lives Matter, and a lot of those players are down with Nike, and if Nike has to back those players, well, guess what? I'm the NBA. I have to back Nike because they fucking logos. So I got contracts with them, right? Mm-hmm. That's why now, I know you, PJ, you probably know that in this Cantor he's about to lose his fucking NBA career because he spoke out about China, right? You're not allowed to speak out about China. The GM for the Rockets got fired from the Rockets a couple of years ago because he spoke out about China. And China is one of the biggest TV markets for the NBA. So if
they didn't play their last China, was it last year, games. John?
It was like 2 years ago, before COVID, right before COVID.
That they ended up leaving, right? Because of somebody was talking shit, or there was something going on. Something happened.
It was Daryl Morey, of the GM of the Rockets at the time. This is when Harden was still in the Rockets. They were supposed to have preseason games in China, but they were talking about free Taiwan. Is that what it is? Free Tibet, whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I think it was Taiwan.
They were speaking out. So
because that's when protesters were getting beaten in the streets or something.
In Hong Kong,
right? So China got pissed off and told the NBA, "Nah, we're not airing your games no more." And over here.
Yeah, but the players also were they didn't want to they didn't want to play though too, if I remember right. So there were players that were.
They were playing though. China didn't air the game. They went over there to play. China didn't air the games.
Yeah, but I think they cut it. Billions. I think they had cut it short or something like that. But yeah, anyway, long story short,
they cut it short about it. Right. There's so much money influenced by everything.
And by the Chinese market's a huge market. And the NBA tries to all extents possible not to talk about the things that go on over there.
They play nice. Mm-hmm. Disney does the same thing. Mm-hmm. Disney edits their movies completely. If the movie cannot be shown in China, they'll make a whole different shit for it. Like China is their main market for
don't they dub it different? Don't they dub it different also?
They dub it. They dub it different. They might not call Captain America Captain America. They might call him Captain something else. They change dialogue all the time.
Yeah,
I
know they do
change costumes all the time. There's so much stuff that you can't do, and most American companies acquiesce to China because that is such a big market. I say that to say this: it's no different in this country. So if the trans community gets a hold of any kind of money and any kind of lobbying money where you can make a difference, you're gonna see a 23-year-old former male start killing it in the women's Olympics, of course, because there's money behind it. Right? There's money behind it. The world, the majority of people have sense. We all see what's going on here, but that doesn't matter because them corporations, they're gonna get their bonuses. They want their money. They're gonna get by all means. Screw what we think. They're gonna get their bonuses. That's why with the Kaepernick thing at first, the NFL was down with shutting Kaepernick down until the tides reversed. Until they seen that public perception was swinging towards Kaepernick more. Now we're down with all of this, right? George Floyd get killed, and now we're down with all this. It's all about money. And so when you see a man being able to go into a woman's prison and say that that's a woman now and get 2 of the inmates pregnant, you know that it all started because of the dollar. right? Maybe not that particular instance, but it got there because somebody was more interested in money than morals.
Or and add to that, or public perception, which translated into dollars eventually, because you don't want negative
right press
that
and stuff like that.
I mean, initially when I brought it up, my immediate reaction was to the validity of this person that committed this. Like, we say that we can't tell a person what to think, what to feel, right?
Mhm.
And I, to a degree, I can understand that. But I guess what is confusing to me is like the whole picking and choosing aspect that it feels like happens in this situation, right? I associate myself more as a woman, but when it comes to, I guess, the attraction side, the traditional male response is still there. So would this person then be a transgender lesbian?
Yeah, that could very much be a thing.
That's what
I feel like
considered.
I'm a woman,
Yeah.
but I'm also attracted to women. So now
that's what Bruce Jenner did. Bruce didn't chop his balls off. He still has his balls on his penis. He still has it. He still and fucks women. He doesn't have sex with dudes. Bruce Jenner is not a dude having sex with her. He likes women. She like it. They like women. I don't know. Whatever. Bruce. He likes women. I'm not here to play these games.
Yeah, actually, and actually, he would probably agree. He's actually the one I've actually saw her on a couple of interviews. And Bruce would say, or what is it? What's it? Not Bruce no more. It's
former Olympic gold medalist.
Patty?
What's her name?
Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner.
Oh, that's one of the daughters. Caitlyn.
So Caitlyn Jenner is actually pretty outspoken about this issue, and actually getting a lot of heat because a lot of these topics, like especially with the athletes and stuff in sports, it ties in with the whole thing with the prison. Very highly against it, and it's like, well, it's not fair. I mean, just the way our makeup is, it's just you can't argue at the biology of it.
Oh,
that nigga won Woman of the Year. This is the 6 foot. You nigga, you're an Olympian. You won Woman of the Year the first year that you became a woman. Nigga, that's not you even put no work. You even get to the playoffs of being a woman.
It's like
just win it.
It's like what's it called? That was the other one that I was gonna bring up. The fucking college athlete that was like on the that won the
swimming
women's swim shit. Fuck. Like the women's swim title.
This
number one
was like Thompson. 3 weeks ago.
Thompson, the number one women's swimming athlete won the NCAA and all that. But when she competed on the male side, which is the biological side, he was like number 380 something.
453.
Oh, that's crazy that we like do these things. And that's an example. There's been stuff in MMA, biological males who
track and field, cracking skulls.
Yeah, like literally breaking skulls. Literally, like not even exaggerating. You could Google that.
Ronda Rousey couldn't beat the worst MMA fighter.
So you know what? I think two things are going to come from this. What I think is probably going to happen is just going to continue to progress and get worse, or it's going to come to a head. People are going to think with common sense and be like, this doesn't make sense. And you know who the first ones to do who are going to think that way? The ones like you and John, not me yet. The ones who have daughters, right? When they're coming up for a nice scholarship and they're number one, then all of a sudden James decides he wants to transition. Now blows out the competition. Now he gets a female scholarship for the school, and she's out. Whether it's Aria or London, you know what I mean? Now they can't compete if that's the common theme. And that's where I think people are going to start waking up, or they're just going to really stay steadfast and be like, well, I guess our our girls are just gonna have to try harder. Then our biological girls have to try harder. And I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see the end of this. And I think it's gonna
on the competition side, I think it's really a matter of, you know what, y'all got to create your own, that you get your own sector.
We can't, and then because they already said that, and then what they say is that you're discriminating, putting us in a certain category. We're not supposed to be in a third category. We are women or we are men, whatever you decide to transition to be, and we have to be placed in there because that's what we feel like. We don't feel like we're third.
Then competition has to be based on biology and done.
Well, and that's where the argument is right now. That's where the debate is right now.
At what point do we lose common sense? At what point do we lose common sense and grasp of how things works? Up is down, down is up now.
That is really the crux of my question, and even bringing this up, because why are things so complicated? Why do we make things so complicated? Why some things are not meant to have emotional ties? Competition should not have an emotional tie. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you fuck up in life and your ass got to get thrown in jail, I'm sorry, your emotions are kind of irrelevant at this point. Somebody should have had the common sense to say, this person that has a penis has the capability of getting the rest of the population pregnant, right? Because that one can literally impregnate everyone in that prison.
In the same day.
If they're within conceptual years, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that's how I said it.
Yeah, conceivably. As long as they're ovulating, bro.
Oh yeah, conceivably.
So then they can get pregnant, and he has the capability. Has the capability to do so. Multiple in a day. If the access is there, which clearly it was for at least two of them, right? And it's not like sex in prison is a secret.
Oh no,
it's just not.
The major issue here is that we're having people's personal feelings and personal truths trump the rest, and when you do that, that enables you to do basically whatever the hell you want to do and feel whatever you want to feel, and everybody has to respect it. So they're basically acknowledging everybody's feelings, personal feelings about themselves and their personal truths, and making that law. And there's nothing you can say or do about it, or you could, but then you just can be labeled, all kinds of bad names. So
that's a crazier part, is that this person or a person can do something that's sideways, but somehow you become the villain and vilified for this. If you have the incorrect thought or you feel funny about how they feel, you're wrong, and somehow they're still right.
Don't you dare say they're not supposed to be in that prison, you phobe.
But it's necessary to have these kind of conversations to let other people know that it's okay, that you're not bugging the fuck out. This shit is weird. It's weird, and don't expect an entire population of a planet that's been doing things for one way for millennia to now sit here and be like, yeah, everything is cool. This is all normal, because it's not normal. I'm not saying that people won't adjust, but it is. We might not figure it.
It is a pathway of normalization, though. Like that's what.
Well, that's what they're trying to do.
But that's the end goal. Right. Let's make this just an everyday encounter.
So, and the media is full of shit, right? And so when you see these polls, this many people are okay with this. No, it's not. Y'all niggas is lying. Like, y'all niggas is lying. Y'all niggas is lying. I'm not saying that everybody has a problem with trans people. I don't have a problem with trans people, but you do got to draw the line at common sense. You can do whatever the hell you want with your adult life. But when your adult life starts leaking into my regular life, I'm not gonna let you do that. And it's gonna sound fucked up. Oh, you're a big what the fuck you want, nigga? But I'll be damned, like if they say Lil James come and beat my daughter at a race, nigga. Nah, nigga, race me. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're out. Like, nah. Or race my son. Like,
You gotta strap up real quick right now.
Yeah, I'll put my Nikes on ASAP. Let's go. You ain't gonna race her. All that muscle mass you got in your quads and shit, looking like motherfucking Optimus Prime and shit. Come on.
I'm about to send you.
Your daughter needs to get better.
Check your text real quick. I want live reaction to what I'm about to send you. All right. For the audience sake, it's gonna.
Let me see.
Bro, what is this? Hold up. What is this? Don't tell me this is a school book.
That is a school book, sir.
Nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Yo, I swear to God, if Monroe Woodbury District, listen to me right now, my nigga. If you ever decide to show any of my kids some shit like that, I'm coming down there and I'm burning that motherfucker down. Lock me up. Lock me up.
So,
here's the evidence.
What I just sent John is a picture from a page of a book that was recently approved in my local district. Bruh. To be taken out of the library or in schools for those who are questioning. And basically the picture is of a boy who is encountering another boy in very
fellatio. He's giving
there
him
you go.
Fellatio.
Yeah,
it's
getting some head and kissing and rubbing.
But but they're not just even kissing. That's actually oral.
Yeah.
Sex. Yeah.
And if you actually read,
the kissing comes after the oral sex, actually.
Yeah.
They went right for it.
If you read I'll read you two boxes. It goes, for years, my standard method of masturbation was stuffing a sock into the front of my pants and manipulating the bulge. And it censors over his crotch. And then this would evolve into hip thrusting while thinking of my latest gay ship. And that picture is two guys making out.
Yo,
and for whatever reason, censored at the lower back. Like that's two of the boxes.
If you're listening to this right now, you don't have kids, don't bring no kids into this world. Except for Faye, you got to do it. But everybody else, don't do that.
The third one goes, remarkably, I got off once while driving just by rubbing the front of my jeans and imagining getting a blowjob.
How is this in school? What grade is this? High school?
This is available apparently in the library.
Yeah, but all right, that's a man driving. These are men. These are not boys. These are men.
I guess.
Bruh.
I mean, we were driving at 16, bro.
You was thinking about bulges and shit when you, on the way to a chick house, but I wasn't like, oh my God, thinking about my, bro, I'm mad that you read that shit to me too. Because it's mad small, I couldn't read it. I just see those pictures and it's like, all right, enough. Oh man. Nah.
Yo, I'm tight and I don't even have kids yet. Like that's at least I don't know of. You know what I mean? Like I just I
Why
can't.
This nigga gotta throw in that I know of? Like
stupid. You got some love childs out there.
Like
I'm serious. Like I don't know how, man. I would be in a different.
Bro,
I feel like too far.
I saw this and I'm just like there's so many things to me wrong about it. And it's just like
it's not even colored properly. Like I'm sure there's some typos. Everything is wrong with this. Like this is really
but see, here's my thing though. It has a place. I just don't understand. Like the imagery to me is too much.
It has a place not in my child's school library. Why are we teaching any? Hey, don't teach heterosexuality in my schools. You don't have to teach that either.
Yeah,
let them be fucking kids. Don't teach them.
We took health class. We took sex ed.
You can teach them basic biology.
When did we do? Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like this is just a graphic depiction of it.
Sex ed, aka health class, with
8th grade, right?
Yes, that was Mr.
It was 8th grade.
He had the pants. Remember him?
Oh yeah, no, I remember the teacher.
Now what school is this? Elementary? Was this middle? What was it?
This is middle school.
This is
where we met you.
Were you talking about what I sent you?
Yeah, what you sent me. I'm just curious.
I don't know. It was sent to me. I don't know what grade levels it was approved for. I mean, if it's in the library, anyone has access to it.
Yeah, but I know like the library inside inside of school, like the library in our school,
like the public library.
Oh, the public. Okay.
Well, that guy was a fucking pervert.
He's still thinking about our
because even then you knew he was perverted, but it's like, how bad was it when you really sit here and think about the shit, bro? He used to sit there and try to show us his dick every fucking class, if you really think about it.
I mean, that and it's funny, everyone had the same depiction too.
Yeah, dude, because he did it to everybody.
No pun intended.
Who are you talking about?
What the fuck, Mr. He was a health teacher. What the fuck was his name? I don't even care about saying his name because you nasty nigga. And if you listen, you fucking traumatized me, bitch.
It was eighth grade health class, Fabe. It was on downstairs next to the cafeteria.
Downstairs, yup.
I don't.
He had like a gray hair, kind of like a mullet thing going on.
He always put his leg up on the desk, bro. With fucking he was wearing skinny jeans when skinny jeans was not a thing.
Hold on. So
like, why is this man's pants so tight? And you are open, you spread eagle in front of your class. You teaching the class, you gotta put up your leg on your desk like this.
Yeah, no. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have. I don't have that.
We might have had him because we were in a certain section of the school, John. I don't know if Fabian was in our section.
I don't think he was. We just had lunch with him. He was like attending the classes.
Yeah, that was traumatizing.
You fucking creep. You nasty. And then the security guard, the other one. Oh man, nasty security guard. Some nasty. Yeah, you don't remember the one that used to try to give the kids massages and shit?
No.
Yeah, there's gonna be some comments. We'll talk about it after. He was another nasty man. Nasty men, dude. Yeah. Anyway, stop the weird shit, America.
This is the kind of stuff that's out there that I think that we need to we got to pull the reins back a little bit, man. We need to start like, hey, let's pull the emotion away. Start pulling the emotion away from some things. And just like start applying some practicality to it. And I'm not just this. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not transphobic. I don't think any of us really are transphobic, but at the same time, like there's
I'm also not common sense. I'm not common sense phobic either. Like there's just limits. Like I've always equated it like this, and I think we've spoken about it too. Like, just because you think you're Superman doesn't mean I have to agree with you and support you being Superman. As long as you ain't flying in my buildings,
as long as you're not trying to fly up into my house or rescue my kitten, like, keep to yourself. Don't harm nobody.
Or don't make me try to tell everybody that you're Superman when I don't believe that you're Superman.
Yep.
Like, I don't believe you're Superman.
Keep your Superman to yourself. Keep it.
Yeah. Stop trying to make people make me say that. Yeah.
Be Clark Kent. Don't let me know.
Don't try to make me say that that's who you are. I don't care.
And it's if we can agree on that aspect, then I think everything can be fine. But when you are telling, no, I'm Barbara. If I slip and call you Bob, like, don't get mad at me, bro.
It's ma'am. Like, bro, I can see your Adam's apple. Like, what do you want me to do? I can see it. It's there.
Like,
it's there.
Have y'all ever been around drag queens?
Yes.
Oh, some of the funniest people I think I've ever been around.
Drag queens is usually cool.
But
during the day,
they understand. They know that I'm playing the woman. I'm playing a woman.
I'm playing right. I'm pretending.
Right.
Like I'm pretending. It's
and that
like,
could even be like you're there every day, whatever. But they understand at the end of the day, I am a man. RuPaul damn well knows he a man.
Do you know that RuPaul's not gay?
No,
you know,
RuPaul's not gay.
He sleeps with women.
Yes.
He's not gay.
Yeah.
He's not gay.
No.
But just like a chick.
But
right.
no,
So right, drag queens are different. Drag queens are usually cool.
But how is homie that was in prison any different? But he's got to be labeled transgender.
Well, yeah, the drag, because the difference of the drag queen is not going to go dunk on a bunch of females and, you know what I'm saying, sprint them and try to intimidate them while
that's the difference. A
like
drag queen doesn't have to be acknowledged as a woman. A transgendered woman.
Yep.
I got to write this down. A transgendered woman has to be labeled as a woman.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna just call you by your name.
That's the you can't even do that though.
No, tell me your name and I'm gonna call you your name. You gotta have a name. You gotta have a driver's license. You have to have, whether it's fucking Rob or Rose. Which one is it?
No, but
I might not call you she, but I'm gonna say Rose.
But you would have to
whatever name.
Do a lot of transgender people legally change their name?
Yeah. I mean, if your name is Tom, it's gonna be hard to.
No, I mean like on their government stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that ends up having to get changed.
I would assume if you're gonna sit there and go through all of the chops, you might as well go.
No, what if you don't go through the chops?
Well, then you're probably less likely to go through the DMV. But if you're gonna go through the full surgery, you might as well go change your identity too, man.
Oh, you know, at that point. You know?
Yeah,
I would probably do that first before I chopped anything off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me make sure this stand has a nice ring to it.
You know, let me try like the flow of my name at least first. Shit, that's a lot less commitment than listen. You can cutting it off. They ain't putting it back on. You know what I'm saying? Your name you can change. You can change it back. I don't like it.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Babe, why are you so deep in thought, bro? What's wrong, sir?
I just can't believe we're having this conversation. Like I never thought we would be here. Why? The fuck? Why? Like why are we here? Like this is not.
Everybody want to be special, man. Everybody want their rights. Everybody wants their civil rights movement, man.
Exactly. That's because.
So can we have a common sense movement? CCM?
No, because that's gonna be shut down as common sense disguised as homo or whatever phobia. Pick your phobia.
You could if common sense was common, but common sense ain't common, so therefore, nah.
The problem
is
how
it is.
The second you don't stand with
the second you don't stand with anything for whatever reason, even if it's completely genuine, and you have no hateful bone in your body, whether it's race or orientation, whatever it is, I'm not cool with that. You're all of a sudden going to get a label. Doesn't matter what it is. That's what this country does. So it could be anything. I seen it with everything so far. Whether it comes to race, to the countries, to the music. That's it. You're just gonna be labeled as anti this. Oh, I'm against freaking Hollywood or Banks or whatever. Oh, so you must be anti-Semitic. You know. Or I don't stand with Israel. Whatever it is, you're always labeled something the second it's an extreme. And it's almost like you're fighting a losing battle with this because, the common sense movement is guaranteed there's going to be a piece in some sort of New York Times or something like that stating how this movement is just disguised as some sort of hate group. Common sense. I don't know.
It's part of like what I was saying before. I don't understand how you can be labeled, a person can be labeled so harshly because they don't agree with somebody else's label. That's like one of the things that I'm not a huge what's his name, Ben Shapiro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not a huge fan of it, but like that's one of his points is just because you feel this way doesn't mean that I have to agree, and that doesn't mean I have to acknowledge you as such. Right. And he takes a similar stance on multiple points similar to that. But in this kind of conversation, you know, like it's my Superman comment. Just because you feel you're Superman doesn't mean I'm going to call you Superman. Like You're not going to be faster than a speeding bullet, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am.
No,
whichever.
And you're not gonna. No matter how hard you try, you're not gonna convince me that that's the case. I don't care what you say. I don't care.
Right, and we're not going to try it. We're not going to test the waters on it, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not going to happen either. It's no. No.
Sorry.
You know what they're doing? They're taking the way we used to be as kids. You know, we used to do dress up and stuff like that. And I used to dress up like a Ninja Turtle or Ghostbuster. You have your pick depending on what I wanted to idolize that week, depending on what I saw, or Power Ranger. And your parents entertained it, right? And they're like, "Oh, you're so green. Oh, you're such a ninja," whatever it is. Yeah, we're doing that now in adulthood. Like, keep that shit as kids. I feel like I'm this.
Well,
I want to be
as
this.
kids,
You were such a pretty but
like as kids, that's where it belongs.
But here's the problem: it's fantasy for them. But as a kid, I thought I was the realest ranger in the world. Like, nobody could tell me otherwise. Or I was a T-Rex in my elementary school, and nobody could tell me otherwise. I was a different dinosaur.
That's like Step Brothers, when a dad said he used to want to be a T-Rex at the end, when he just got older and stopped acting like a T-Rex, and those niggas is, it's a bad example, but you should not do that.
Yo, come tell me,
40s, don't act like a T-Rex anymore.
Come see me if you tell me that I wasn't the baddest Power Ranger on the planet. All right, because I was emulating that. That's what I wanted to be. Come fight me. All right, that's the way I felt about it as a kid. But you realize, hey, it's not reality. I emulated something and I wanted to match that, and I can become an adult and realize it is what it is.
I can't help but think that even as kids, though, there's a part of you, like, you fight for your right to be the Power Ranger, but I think that there's also a part of you and that knows, that you're playing a part.
Yeah.
I don't think that, like,
you truly immersed in it, and like that you think that you lose yourself,
because you're gonna go as Morphin time, and guess what? Your Zord ain't popping out the fucking ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand there's
still
limits.
Wearing your old Navy, you're still wearing your old Navy performance fleece,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, your helmet's still plastic. Zordon didn't holler at you.
Still wearing my starter jacket.
You didn't hear Alpha. Like,
that's our name.
Hey,
yeah.
So you're. Even in your fantasy, like, you had a taste of reality involved in it.
Yeah.
This is kind of, but like you said, you're bringing this shit to adulthood, and feel how you want to feel, boo boo. No one's judging that. But when it comes to things that start to affect other people, your feelings become less. Your personal feelings become less important. Like,
listen, this.
What do you think happened in Ukraine with transgenders, since all men had to stay behind and fight?
It's funny.
Probably a little too soon. Sorry.
No, that was good.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Is this a serious question? I'm actually, I mean, it's a good question.
Listen,
what happens here?
But
what happens here if it happens?
It's going to come to a head. And you know what? Because I've seen ageism now. I've seen people that actually identify as animals, and they really truly think that they are a cat and a dog. And it's getting and there's people like, well, that's crazy. Now it's getting to the point where, like, who are you to tell them what they want to feel or what they want to be? And so they're taking that blanket approach with everything. So it's like, when do we say enough is enough? And if you say if enough is enough, again, you're going to be labeled whatever. So you almost got to just go with the flow a lot of times.
So if you identify as a cat and I hit you with my car like I would a cat, do I not get in trouble because I hit a cat? Not a human?
No, you probably still would, but the charge.
I mean, you.
Why? You identify? Yeah, but you identified as a fucking cat.
Did you identify them as a cat?
Yes, you are wearing a cat suit. That's a big ass cat. I identified them. Hey, you're a presenting cat. I'm receiving cat. You are a cat. I'm not going to save your life. I'm not going to swerve because I will kill a cat if I had to while I'm driving. I'm not going to purposefully do it. But if I had to, that cat's got to go, right? It's either me or him. So then, motherfucking cat boy, you're dead too. Because you're a fucking cat. Right? You're a fucking cat now. Right? Do I sell you to the Chinese restaurant? Let me stop. I just have questions, man.
Well, it pulls into question other things. Like, if you're 16, you identify as 21?
I identify as rich. I identify as I don't got no bills.
Right? Can you imagine going to the bank?
I don't pay no taxes.
I identify that security lockbox is mine.
They're gonna be hitting the fucking button under this shit like that.
I mean, where does shit end? I identify as a 65-year-old man. That's how I feel. I want my retirement.
Can I just go around claiming people's property and identifying it as mine?
I mean, not for nothing. That's how things used to go down. You'd show up, be like, "Yo, this is mine, bitch," and you fight for it.
Shout out to the colonizers.
Hey,
taking what they want.
Like, you imagine somebody comes to that's. I mean, in all fairness, it's kind of what they did. I identify this as my land. Sorry, Indians.
Mm-hmm. I identify you as savages.
I identify you as a savage. You have no rights here. They turn to dark skinned people. I identify you as help.
Hey, I mean, yeah, but that's isn't that how this world works? Mad wars started over identity.
Oh man, so you're just telling me that this whole time we've just been going through some type of psychological crisis?
Pretty much. Everybody's having an identity crisis, and the more we see the rest of the world through our phones, the more we don't know who we are. The more you see other people, the more you get lost because there's so many people. Right? So
what happens when you give too many options?
Mm-hmm.
What happens? Listen, you take your girl to a restaurant. Hey, what you want? I don't know. But meanwhile, she's been complaining she's hungry for the last 2 hours, right? You can't give this. You getting nuggets. Yeah. I said restaurant too. That's fucked up. I identify nuggets in a restaurant.
Again,
I mean, it happens sometimes.
Goes back to those first world problems.
What you said, John?
I said we need a new animal to eat, like chicken, burgers, pig.
Nah, bro, that PETA post you had me cracking up.
Oh yeah,
because it was accurate.
Yeah,
absolutely accurate.
I eat all these motherfuckers. Yeah, like, can we get some ostrich? Can we taste some peacock? I would like to taste an owl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can we get some new animals? Can we get some new animals to eat? Not bats.
You ever wonder why? Like, it actually is very limited. Like, you go to a supermarket, it's a very good point by you.
Because it's the easiest to domesticate and make the most of, and easier to mass produce and they're the largest quantities. If you have to chase it down and hunt it, and the harder it is, the easier it is to evade. The easier it is to evade you, the more expensive it is.
But
so
couldn't you argue though any bird? Oh well, no, because chickens kind of pop the eggs out like regularly,
and they're not flying away.
They're not. Yeah, exactly. It's an easy bird,
and they do.
It's just there.
Reproduce a lot.
Yeah, they reproduce a lot. That's the thing with them. That's
anything that the hardest to capture. The more expensive, the hardest it is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think capturing is the issue, because once you capture it, like you capture enough, they should be able to reproduce their own. But how often are they getting busy? You can catch a bunch of red robins, but I'm pretty sure they only have babies once a year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there are actually a couple places that actually have, they call game dinners that I think one of my buddies goes to. A guy I work with too. Where they actually eat different animals. Like they have just like gators in Florida. Well, they have like beaver, raccoon, all kinds of different stuff.
That's regular though. I feel like I want something like, give me an elephant steak. Like, let me get some giraffe neck. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my fucking koala stomach or some shit. Like, let me get something. Let me get some
a wild ass poacher right now. Like,
listen, man,
you just literally what they he's
naming all the endangered species. Like, I want everything that is almost not going to be able to exist. Nothing that's actually out there.
Unless they give me an elephant steak. Like, there are people actively trying to protect these niggas, and John's like, yo, just cut that nigga out.
Yeah, you wouldn't taste some elephant, nigga? Tell me you wouldn't eat some lion, nigga. Somebody be like, yo, I caught a lion, nigga.
Just a little disclaimer for the defense of John. Nigga. He's not trying to take their ivory for tests and stuff. He actually wants to eat and consume.
I would use
not for
the
greed.
meat for sustenance. Yeah, I'd even fucking bury it and do one of those rituals. You know what I'm saying? If it make you feel better, like it's back to the
channel your roots.
I just want some. I want some motherfucking. I want some ostrich ribs, some kangaroo paws.
I wonder how many people would be willing to try different things. You go to the supermarket. I mean, what are your options, really? Honestly, chicken, turkey, beef,
pork,
right?
And sometimes lamb.
Some kind of
you got lamb.
Sometimes you got like a lamb chop, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's
and some seafoods. Some seafoods.
Okay, well, I hate seafood, so I don't count those. But yes, seafood too.
I forever feel bad for the lobster.
But a lot of that, just not to get sidetracked real quick. A lot of that has to do with like the FDA and stuff and how they can regulate it. And those industries, they got all types of red tape and regulations. Did
you just bring it back to special interest groups? Good job by you, Fabe.
I did. Okay. Full circle, baby. Yeah. But it's regulated stuff like that. That's why you don't see like normally like mass produced, even though there's a large quantity of it, especially in the Northeast, venison, deer meat. You know, that's why you can't sell it because it's not a regulated industry. But you could get it like in certain like corn, like mom and pop stores, but you won't see it in a ShopRite or Walmart.
You know what's really good? Fucking buffalo.
Yes.
Buffalo is amazing.
I think I've only had it once. But yes.
Yeah. I've had it a few times. It's way better than cow. I'd take buffalo over cow any day.
Gator too. Gator bites amazing.
Is buffalo and bison are the same, right?
I think they're in the same family, but I don't think they're the same.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I don't know which one I had.
You probably had a bison burger because bison's a pretty.
I definitely had a bison burger. Yes, but I'm pretty sure I had buffalo too. So maybe I had both. Well, boys, I think it's time I identify this podcast as over. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm Frank with John and Fabe. Remember, hit that like, hit that follow, catch us on all your streaming platforms, and you can get the video of this shit on YouTube. You can catch Fabe and I streaming on Twitch. We out there, y'all. Till next time, fellas. Peace.